Hi everyone, it's Gwathorn from Gwathorn's Games, and today I am running the Deadly +6 Burglar, and I just thought I'm sitting in the way between Bree and Cardolan, so I thought I would run the Burglar through through this path, which is about right for her. I'll just have a bit of fun to start off with. So that's I'm basically playing on teal at the moment. I thought I'd just have a bit of a run with the character before showing you what I've done. But let's have fun. Taking a fair amount of damage, as you can see, even on teals, but it's not too bad. I guess a teal sentry. Got a good hit that time. Okay, we'll go back into stealth. So it's the Burglar on Deadly +6 is not one-shotting from stealth, which makes sense in many ways because it is so difficult. But what I will do is I won't actually take the two of them out. I was thinking of taking the two of them out, but I'll take the two of them out somewhere else. Got the critical up. Okay, so we'll come over here. I'll sit down for a sec and I'll show you what the build is. Okay, so the Burglar, as I said, is not able to take on terribly much more than teal and blue, mainly because it's a medium armor character. I've got this with crafted level 15 gear, including the daggers, the dual daggers, so everything is basically crafted gear. That's the extra out of combat run speed crafted gear, and that's from the expansion. I'll just take this one out. Okay, let's have a bit of go. And we'll have a bit of food up. So I am definitely doing this with all the extras, the food, the cooked food, fortifying food, trail food, lesser and better battle wards, warding and battle wards, and the actual build itself. I'm running red line, the beginning of the red line. I'm trying to get as much positional damage as I can. I went for the extra stun, which I may use at some point, but at this point I'm not doing it. And I've gone for all aggressive gear, all aggressive virtue trait points. The idea being that the medium armored character, Burglar works on burst damage. If I'm going to get hit, then I'm going to be in trouble. So I'm better off just doing as much damage as possible and then using stuns and stealth and all sorts of other things. I can stun this one if I want, come behind it again, go back into battle. The idea is to get as much damage done before the corruptions and Eye of Sauron turn up. But you can see I've used one stun. I've got another stun on me, which I will use for this one, just to show you. No, he took damage, so... but I can still take it down. Okay. So now one of the other things that you've got in your kit is, as I said, if you can get the dual the double-edged strike to activate, which you can do from aim. You can get your double strike in, so that's a multi-target attack. Feint attack at this point just adds, just activates from the double-edged strike. And I've got knives out, which is another multi-target attack. And then I've got a stun. So worst comes to worst, I've got something that adds 50% morale back, but it's got a 5-minute cooldown. So I'm going to go and show you what it's like taking out a 2 enemies. Let's go and see if I can find one. There's usually one over here. So they should be close enough to be able to get both of them, but I will run through my multi-target attacks. Okay, and out of the Eye of Sauron. So, you can take out 2 targets. You can take out 3 targets if you use the same thing, because max targets is 5 here, is 3 here, and you've got the stun to take care of one of the creatures. And I'll go back and I'll just take out another one. So it's relatively safe running it. Oh, okay. Okay, I did not survive that one. He says, relatively safe. So, yes, not much better than teal and blues, but you should be able to, well, if these were on cooldown, so I couldn't use them, because I'd used it on the extra one. But what I will do is see if I can fight my way out of this. Got to move off, which is good. Go into stealth as soon as I drop. Oh, no. No, okay. Wasn't able to get out of it. Okay, so anyway, that is, I think I've shown everything that I need to show. Aggressive, because if you get hit, then you're going to be in trouble anyway. I've used all of the extra consumables, although it may or may not make a difference. I'll go into stealth because this is going to come up. I'm using aim, which gives me a guaranteed critical response, which is why I started out with that against the 2. I've got this feint attack in there because it's a nice bit of damage, does an extra critical multiplier, and knives out is quite good. So it's a nice finisher, but it is a little bit slow. You do have to wait for the, especially earlier, you do have to wait for the stealth to come back up again. It is a little bit difficult to be running the Burglar. I've tried it at higher levels on Bull Roarer, and you really need to be fighting against things that are, because the things that are teal or blue or even green, if you can get away with it. I'm running this on Treebeard, so there's I'm losing 40%, I'm losing 60% of the experience, so it's actually quite a slow build. I've done all of the, I'll just show you, I've done all of the deeds from Ered Luin again, so that's the easiest way to pick up, including all the Slayer deeds, that's the easiest way to pick up max level on all of these. I'm actually working on a 5th because I want the critical and physical mastery. Could be working on tolerance just to get more resistance, tactical mitts and physical mitts, but I think I'm going to try Zeal with this character. and that is more or less, you can see the double-edged strike did good damage. Stealth surprise strike still does good damage, but it's not, it's deadly +6. You're definitely not going to be one-shotting things. If I came out of deadly +6, okay, there's a teal gone, but look at how much health I've lost in the process. I'll come back in. If you have touch and go ready to go, you can get your morale back. I will actually just pop a morale potion. Didn't need to get as far as knives out, which means you cannot parry, evade, or block. But by that stage, you go, especially on deadly +6. You are going to be, and with medium armor, your parry, evade, or block is essentially going to be useless anyway. So I've slotted knives out back into the rotation because the damage that you do for multiple targets is more important than survivability, basically. So yes, I'll head back in, I'll take another one out, and that'll do. The stuns are not... Okay, I got hit by the Eye of Sauron, but the stuns do not... The stuns do break your stealth, so you can't use them yet. You need to be about level 60 before your stun will actually not break stealth. When you've got that, then you've got 2 stuns, possibly 3, depending on where you are, that you can use to slow down your enemies. I've used it on the higher level burglars, just to stun one, take the other one out, come back, go find your position again, and take out the second one, because this has a 5-second stun, but this one has a 30-second daze, which, as long as you don't do any damage on it, means that you've got a target that isn't going to move. So if you're going against 3, you only have to worry about 2. Okay, so I'll go against something that's white. I'll actually go for the crit. Okay, so that's white done. Now let's see if I can get... Well, we'll actually go against the bandits that are just down here, because there's actually 3 of those that wander around. They're actually quite difficult, so I am kind of expecting that I won't survive, but I will at least show you what it's like. Okay, they're running away. Okay, so at least I can take these 2 here. I need to have, there's another 3 over there. This is actually quite difficult, as you can imagine. My knives out is out. Okay, I'm going to try and take these ones out. Didn't manage. Okay, should have used my knives out. But this shows you just how difficult it is to run the burglar. There's many things that you can do with a burglar when it's not on difficulty deadly +6, but this is the highest landscape difficulty, and it makes a difference. Anyway, okay, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in one of the next videos. Bye all.